It's the Work Related Podcast, and I'm your host, Steve. So let's go! What's going on? Good Monday morning to you. Today in the news, Fed's accelerating crypto world crackdown. The SEC's planning in new woke rules, creating cost concerns for business leaders. The MLB Players Union facing all-star lawsuit for pulling game out of Atlanta. Consumers are investing in post-pandemic glow-up with eased masking wearing restrictions. And AMC Theater's CEO uses Twitter to build relationships with retail investors. That's in the world of business. In tech, Facebook could be held liable for trafficking on its platform, court rules. Tesla recalls over 285,000 vehicles in China, most of them locally made. The FBI says seniors in New Mexico hit hard by online romance scams. The video game industry faced a wave of cyber attacks during the COVID pandemic from a report. Walter Isaacson in preliminary talks with Elon Musk to write a biography in the world of Musk. In Texas, a fast food chain offers team managers $50K salaries to combat worker shortage. The newly branded Aunt Jemima pancake mixes syrups hit shelves as Pearl Milling Company this week. Dunkin' ships breakfast with Beyond Meat. So it looks like a little collaboration there. Fast food chains cut discounts, push pricey meals post-pandemic, and in the Wingstop world, leans on chicken thighs amid poultry crunch. Over in the tech world, or the tech industry, signing bonuses, Airbnb rentals, and bigger paychecks. How startups are competing for top talent in 2021. Strategy sessions, sweat equity ventures wants your startup to have that perfect employee. The benefit, Didi aims, or Didi, D-I-D-I, aims for a $60 billion IPO valuation. Long-term stock exchange draws Twilio and Asana and more. Let's go back and see. Here's who's gone public in 2021 so far. We have IPOs, Affirm, which is a buy now, pay later fintech service-based business company that you can pretty much embed that in almost any platform, whether you're using WooCommerce from WordPress, the brand behind that or the company behind that, Automatic, or Shopify, or BigCommerce, or any other e-commerce platform. There's Poshmark, which we all know is the secondhand clothing selling website. And you can go there and even find deals on very upscale, very expensive apparel at a discounted price. They went public on January 14th of this year at a $42 IPO price with a $3 billion evaluation. The initial post-IPO arc was negative. Poshmark stock price doubled pretty much right out of the gate and ended up closing out its first day of trading up 140%. I say this because there are a lot of upside to secondhand selling and refurbishing of clothing and going into that. There's a lot of hype around that sort of thing. And there's a lot of other apparel companies that are out there that could be also good opportunities. Playtika, which debuted January 15th at a IPO price of $27 with a $11 billion evaluation. Gaming is all the rage as people look to stay entertained at home during the COVID-19 pandemic. Although now that may be changing a bit, it's kind of transitioning back to what it was before that. The market response to Playtika reflects that. Playtika's stock price since its mid-January debut was mostly positive until late March or so. Playtika's stock closed at $24.40 on Friday, June 25th. Qualtrics, which is a advanced analytics platform that you plug and play for certain things. Let's see, its IPO, it was a $30 price point IPO with a $15 billion evaluation on January 28th of this year. It wasn't a traditional venture-backed tech company going public, but one that had already been acquired. SAP acquired the company in 2018 before Qualtrics' planned IPO, which SAP is part of IBM, and then ended up spinning it out in 2021. The IPO was significant because it ended up being the largest IPO of a Utah-based company. Qualtrics' public debut valued the company at $15 billion, and Qualtrics stock closed at $37.64 on Friday of June 25th. Bumble, the IPO that debuted in February at a price of $43 a share, had an evaluation of $8.2 billion market share or market potential. And its IPO founder and CEO, Whitney Wolfe Herd, a billionaire and the youngest woman to take a company public. It was also a big deal for Texas's tech scene, as the dating app is a homegrown Austin company. The company raised $2.15 billion through its IPO, and its stock closed 64% above its IPO price on its first day of trading. The stock closed at $58.70 on Friday, June 25th, above its IPO price. A few more I want to get into because we're going to also hear about a little bit more of some tech companies that debuted that I like to follow as well. But Oscar Health was debuted at $39 at $7.9 billion valuation. Oscar's public market debut wasn't like many other venture-backed IPOs we've seen recently, where the stock surged right out of the gate. The company initially set a price range between $32 and $34 a share before increasing it between $36 and $38 and pricing at $39. The company closed at $34.80 and fell to $22.24 on Friday, June 25th. Let's see here. What's another one? So DigitalOcean, which is a popular cloud hosting platform, I think they use AWS or Microsoft as their backend. I'm not quite entirely sure, but basically you can spin up servers at will and scale just like you would if you were going directly with a Microsoft Azure or Amazon AWS infrastructure, which is called IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service, or PaaS, Platform as a Service. Heroku also does a really good job at Platform as a Service. And you'd want to be looking at these if you were savvy enough to build a tech startup or some sort of digital-based startup. So this company is DigitalOcean. The IPO date was in March 23rd of this year. A little later, it started at a price of $47 with a $5 billion valuation. DigitalOcean didn't exactly start its time trading on the public market on a high note. The company, as I discussed earlier, probably because of a lot of the market share from AWS and Azure. There's other companies in there. There's also another company called OpenShift, which is owned by IBM, and even Linode, which is very popular among programmers. So it says here that DigitalOcean struggled to reach its IPO price until June. Shares of the DigitalOcean closed their first day of trading at $42.50. The stock closed at $51.22 on Friday, June 25th. So it's up by about $4, $3 there. Vizio, the popular TV company, debuted March 25th at $21 a price share and at $3.9 billion evaluation. And the company had a less than stellar debut when it began trading at the end of March, with its stock opening nearly 17% below its IPO price of $21. Since then, the company's stock has increased, reaching a high of $28.23 on May 4th. Vizio shares have tapered off a bit since then. Stock closed $24.59 on Friday, June 25th, which I'm surprised because Vizio, I remember when they came out with OLED displays themselves to compete with others likes of like Samsung and all those other competitors. But, it seemed pretty promising. I think they even had some sort of proprietary, most of those TV companies, I think, do have a proprietary software, home screen that they kind of use to manage all the other third-party channel sellers and things like that. The Rokus, the Amazon Primes, the Apple TVs of the world. But I don't know, that was a couple years back. So who knows? Maybe they'll be showing up some new ideas and things in the near future. Another company, ThreadUp, which I think I mentioned, kind of similar to the company Poshmark, which is a secondhand thrift store. And the other company I was thinking is The RealReal, which was a company that was kind of brought light to me from listening to Scott Galloway, the NYC professor, which is The RealReal. I think they've been on the stock market too for a while. But ThreadUp had an IPO price of $14 with a $1.3 billion valuation. And again, there's some competition in this online digital world of thrift selling. ThredUp stock fell, then plateaued after it went public at the end of March before rising in May. The company is one of a handful of clothing and accessory resale companies to go public in recent years. There's a few more. They got them broken down into a couple different categories. So you got IPOs, which I've been reading off. Then they've got direct listings and SPACs. A few more of the IPOs, kind of surprising that I'm looking at here. So we've got Coursera, we've got Compass, AppLovin, UiPath. I've heard of them. They're a tech-based company. I think it's more towards even no coding, possibly something along those lines, but having to do with app integration. Double Verify sounds like a thumbprint sort of technology, sort of your identities-based application. The Honest Company, started by Jessica Alba, the actress. You got Procore, Oatly, ZipRecruiter, very popular recruiting application online. Figs, Marquetta, Monday.com, WalkMe, Sprinkler, Confluent, and then the direct listings, Roblox, the popular video game marketplace and online gaming application, Coinbase, Squarespace, which I think is owned by PayPal, and a few SPACs are Clover Health, Build Trust, Hims and Hers Health, ChargePoint Holdings, Metromile, Lightning eMotors, Blade Air Mobility, BarkBox, SoFi, and that's all that's listed there. Subscribe today by visiting the website at workrelated.fm/notify for all things work-related.